In this video, which is part 9 of our Introduction to Dynamics series, we're going to explore how to extract data so you can perform further analysis. Most often, this is to Excel, although other options do exist. Let's work through a few examples to get you up and running. The ability to work with your data in other programs, particularly Microsoft Excel, is a frequent request from new users. Let's look at the key tools that enable you to do this. Managing data extract and imports is a large topic, and there will be many subsequent additions to this toolkit in later videos. For now, let's cover the basic export options, which fall into two main categories. First, you can export just about any list page that you're viewing. Second, inquiries are used by Dynamics 365 to present a view of data that can then be exported. Note that, with reference to our previous video on reporting, the line between an inquiry and a report is quite subtle. We'll see an example shortly. Let's go with a simple list page to start. I'll find the customer's list page from the search bar. As a general rule, if we export this data, it will export everything that you see and have filtered. So the fields as presented on the screen will be the fields exported. And the data filter you have set will define the rows exported. Caution: take care if your dataset is large. The demonstration database is quite compact. Consider if you have the correct filter first, before you export a large volume of data. In the top right corner, you will now find the Microsoft Office logo, and under here will be an option to export to Excel. Select the export function, not the open function. That is for another day. Your rows will be exported to Excel, and you will receive a confirmation message. You can open the file from the prompt, or your Downloads folder. Let's look at another quick example from the Sales Order Processing workspace. I'll select Delayed Order Lines, and see them loaded to Excel in the same way. So that is list pages. Now let's look at an inquiry, which is a form of reporting. Let's start this time on the General Journal Processing workspace. Don't worry if you're not a financial wizard, it doesn't matter for this video. We'll do two examples. First, the trial balance. This is quite a common format, where you select some parameters and then calculate, or run, the inquiry. This is usually because the dataset is quite large, so Dynamics asks for your query first, before presenting the data. When the query is complete, you can export it in the same way, via the Microsoft Office icon. For our final example, we'll run the voucher transactions report. This time, we must fill in the data filter before the data is presented. Again, this is usually when the data volume is quite large. Let's set a filter for one day on November 29, 2023. The resulting list can be exported in the same way. Note again that the fields exported will be exactly as seen on the screen before export. That concludes this quick introduction to exporting list pages and inquiry forms. Just try to remember to check your filter first, as exporting tens of thousands of lines can be prohibitive. Also, be sure to check out the separate videos on personalizing your screen, to ensure the information you see and export is what you need. We have just one video remaining to finish off this series, which shows how to access your user options. You can follow the link here.